Hello, class. Hope you're all doing well. This is a mini lesson for you that is going to show you that readers read a variety of texts. We're going to look at different kinds of literature right now, and it's all going to be about the same topic. It's all in a different kind of format. Now, when I say format, I mean a type. So there's digital formats, reading on your iPad or on your computer. There's print, which is something like a book, but there's also movies, YouTube videos. So when I say the word text and I say how we interact with different kinds of text, I mean I don't just mean the written word. Text to me and in this reading class will be about all different types or all different forms of um, literature, all different types of topic formats. So we're going to look at some different kinds of formats of informational and literature, and we're going to see how we use our thinking voice to connect the different formats. So first, I want to show you what our topic is going to be. And I was just kind of taking a look around the classroom library and seeing what texts could all interact with one another. And I came up with space. So I grabbed this book first, and it says, Don't Know Much About Space. And it's just a simple little book with a bunch of facts about space, outer space surrounding us. And I'm going to start thinking about activate my background knowledge. What do I know about space? Well, I know we live on Earth. There's Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, all those planets around us in our solar system. And I especially go, well, I just watched a Mystery Dog. Mr. Royans assigned us a Mystery Dog about Mars. So I know why Mars is red, so I can start thinking about outer space and what I know. Activate my background knowledge. So I'm reading this, and there's tips in here or fun facts. Asteroids, meteoroids, and comets. Did an asteroid kill the dinosaurs? I use my background knowledge. Like, I think I've heard that before. Has anyone ever been hit by a meteorite? And, animals have been sent to space? What? Dogs were sent to space back in the 50s. Human space exploration. Look, there's a topic on human space exploration. And I can go, oh, they've sent people to space? What is that? I didn't know that. And then I look around the classroom library some more, and I find more topics about space. I go, what? Then I was just reading about people going into space. I can see, look, there's another book in the classroom library, Living in Space. Oh. And this tells me, well, I'm using my thinking voice going, oh, I'm connecting to that. There are people that have lived in space or been to space. How do they live in space? What space sickness? They sleep in space? They sleep with a bag strapped to the wall? What? They eat their food is oh. Their food is freeze dried. They brush their teeth. They bathe. They care for their hair. Okay. And then I find another book, A Day in Space. And I flip through that, and I'm using my thinking voice going, okay, I was just reading about how they brush their teeth in space. They sleep up against walls. Their food is freeze-dried. What? And there's a day in space. What do they do in a day in space? They have daily work they have to do. After breakfast, you wash up. Oh, you can't spit your toothpaste out. Oh, it shows what's for supper. Smoked turkey, mixed vegetables, strawberries and cream, and mushroom soup. It doesn't look very appetizing. Oh, so humans have been to space. Oh, connecting all these texts. And then I find another one, moving to Mars. Could we move to Mars? If I can remember what I read about space travel, we can't quite get to Mars. But I do remember Mr. Royans had us watch a mystery dog, and they had found some water on Mars or something weird, didn't they? And I look on here, and I'm looking the red planet. Oh, I remember why it's the red planet, because it's all red like rust. Red, it's covered in red dust because everything kind of is rusty. Exploring Mars. Oh, okay. Oh, well, there's a topic. Water on Mars. I'm sorry, it's backwards. Water on Mars. Oh, they think there might have been water on Mars. I remember hearing that on Mystery Dog, and they were digging to see if there was water on Mars. Okay, so those were all just kind of non-fiction, little fun things. Like, it's fun to read non-fiction and build up your background knowledge so oh, okay, I keep lots of information about space in there. But then something starts to happen, and you start thinking, I want to read for fun. Or, well, not that nonfiction is not fun, but I want to read, some fiction, some kind of fake stuff about space. So then you come and you go, oh, Mr. Royans has this, R2-D2. That's Star Wars, right? Star Wars takes place in space. So now we're folding origami about space figures, space station or spaceships, and people that live out in space in a fictional outer space universe. Oh, okay, all right. What else do we have? And then you go, oh, I'm going to keep reading about Star Wars, out in the stars in space, a Boba Fett book, huh? And then you read, this is nonfiction. I mean, obviously Boba Fett's not real. The Clone Wars aren't real. Star Wars isn't real, but it's a fun fictional universe. It takes place in outer space. There's a lot of space battles. They go to different planets. So you can think about, oh, I wonder what that planet's like. Oh, it's like Earth. Or you see a planet with a bunch of rocks and reds. You go, oh, that planet looks like Mars. And then, oh, another book. This is Brute Force. That's a fiction book. Brute Force is an old game. It was on the very first Xbox. It's like 20 years ago or whatever. But much like Star Wars, it takes place on different planets, and these mercenaries go fight battles on different planets. There's spaceships, there's space travel. So they're in outer space. Okay. And then, my personal favorite format, the comic book. This comic book is called Space Knights. They're like King Arthur's Knights of the Round Table. Knights like swords and shields and armor. Space Knights. They're fighting battles in space and in different planets, all wearing space suits. So once again, you can see the connection to spaceships, outer space. So we've seen how humans in real life can live. That's not as fun as being able to fly in space with a cool space armor and fight space battles. But you carry that same knowledge, you use your thinking voice, and you go, I see how humans live in the real world. How does that connect to how these people fly around their space armor? Because while it may seem kind of ridiculous to connect the two at first, you stop and go, well, they're kind of like us. They can't breathe out in space, so they have to wear this fictional stuff. They have to eat food. But their spaceships are so advanced that they don't have to eat freeze-dried food because crumbs won't fly around and ruin everything for them. One more comic here. That's just a Star Wars comic. Episode 1, Phantom Menace. The very first prequel. A lot of people didn't care for it. I liked it. I was about 17 when it came out. But now we're reading Star Wars comics. It takes place in outer space. There's spaceships, and you can see, if nobody had told me what this was and I just saw that little panel right here, kind of looks like Earth from afar, right? You just go, oh, that's a planet. It's actually Coruscant, but, and there's aliens, and there's space travel, and so, and then, guys, you're going to see some clips here. There's a Newsela article. And if you look here, guys, you can see that this is a Newsela article. But it's about space, just like everything else. Now, Newsela is nonfiction, of course, but this is related to what we've just been talking about. It's a different format. This is a digital format. because it is on your iPad. That's where you're reading all these Newsela articles, on your iPad. And then if you keep looking, excuse me, keep watching, coming up next, we have here a YouTube video clip about space. Once again, remember I said that text here is going to refer to a multitude of different formats. We had digital with Newsela, now we have a YouTube video about space.
Space discoveries are always mind-blowing and amazing to learn, always expanding science's boundaries and our knowledge of how our universe works.
Remember, when I say text, I don't mean just the written word. Text to me, and throughout this, this semester, is going to be interacting with a variety of different formats, all on the same subject. It's not all going to be about space, obviously. That was just an example of how you can find different things or different formats about the same topic.